Shannon Sharpe has officially been fired from ESPN following new allegations tied to a disturbing $20 million lawsuit, marking the final blow in a series of legal and social battles stemming from his recent assault controversy involving a white woman. What began as quiet murmurs about Shannon's off-camera behavior has now exploded into a full-blown scandal, bringing one of sports media's most charismatic and outspoken figures to his knees. For months now, fans and insiders alike had sensed a tension building behind the scenes. Shannon, who skyrocketed to fame as both an NFL Hall of Famer and one of the sharpest voices in modern sports commentary, had seemingly found his second win at ESPN after leaving Fox Sports. His appearances on shows like First Take alongside Stephen A. Smith were nothing short of iconic. But behind that booming voice and endless charisma, trouble was brewing. Please do not forget to like this video, share and subscribe to this channel if you want more updates like this. Thank you. Now, let's get back into the video. It all began when news first broke earlier this year about an alleged physical altercation between Shannon and a young white woman. Details were murky at first. Some reports claimed the incident happened at a private event, while others suggested it took place during a heated disagreement outside a high-profile club. Shannon, through his reps, immediately denied any wrongdoing. His lawyers insisted the incident had been blown out of proportion, fueled by clout chasing and opportunism. And at first, ESPN stood by him. They released a statement encouraging due process and made it clear they would not rush to judgment. But even with the network's initial backing, the pressure didn't let up. Social media exploded. Hashtags began trending. Hashtag Cancel Shannon Sharpe became a rallying cry for activists demanding accountability. His supporters, meanwhile, fought back with just as much energy, claiming he was being targeted for being a successful, outspoken black man in a predominantly white corporate space. Every move Shannon made became news, from his podcast interviews to his cryptic tweets. And while he returned to his ESPN duties with a professional face, the weight of the scandal hung over him like a dark cloud. Then, just when things seemed to be settling, the second bombshell hit. Earlier this week, a new woman, whose identity is still being protected, came forward with damning allegations that traced back over a year. According to her legal filing, she had a prolonged and abusive experience involving Shannon, which included verbal threats, physical intimidation, and one alleged incident that crossed the line into outright assault. The suit detailed disturbing claims, including text messages, security footage from a private residence, and medical records that the plaintiff says prove her case. But the number that caught everyone's attention? $20 million. That's the figure the woman is now seeking in damages for emotional distress, defamation, and physical harm. The lawsuit, which was filed in Los Angeles Superior Court, hit the internet like a wrecking ball. Within hours, ESPN executives had called an emergency meeting. And just like that, the decision was made. Shannon Sharpe was done. No more studio debates. No more podcast promos. No more primetime presence. Shannon's name was officially scrubbed from ESPN's website less than 24 hours after the lawsuit became public. In a brief statement, ESPN said, "We have decided to part ways with Shannon Sharpe, effective immediately. We thank him for his contributions and wish him the best in his future endeavors." There was no goodbye show, no farewell segment, no montage of his best moments, just silence and then disappearance. Industry insiders say the decision wasn't just about the lawsuit itself. ESPN has been under intense scrutiny in recent years over how it handles misconduct among its talent. With the hashtag #MeToo movement still echoing across Hollywood and corporate America, the network wasn't willing to take any more risks. The lawsuit was the last straw. But what makes this even more devastating for Shannon is the speed and severity of the fallout. This wasn't suspension. It wasn't a temporary leave of absence. This was termination with fire and fury. One day he was debating LeBron versus MJ with Stephen A. The next he was unemployed and facing one of the most expensive legal battles of his life. And while Shannon has yet to make a public statement on the firing, sources close to him say he's deeply shocked and hurt by ESPN's decision. He believed he'd earned enough goodwill, enough respect, to warrant at least a conversation. Instead, he was shown the door without warning. One insider even claimed Shannon found out from his manager ESPN never even called directly. But let's be honest, this isn't just about ESPN or even about Shannon. This is about the broader conversation of accountability, power, and race in the media. Supporters of Shannon Sharpe argue that this is yet another example of a black man being torn down by a system that was never designed to protect him. They point to other public figures who weathered worse storms and remained employed. Critics, on the other hand, insist that no amount of celebrity or charisma should shield someone from the consequences of their actions, especially when women are harmed. The debate has reached fever pitch. Celebrities have started weighing in. Charlemagne the God called the firing a calculated move by ESPN to save face. Jemele Hill, a former ESPN anchor herself, tweeted, "This isn't about race. This is about optics, money, and pressure from advertisers." Meanwhile, Stephen A. Smith, who was perhaps closest to Shannon on the ESPN roster, has remained noticeably silent. Many believe he's been told not to speak until the legal dust settles. But fans are speaking loud and clear. Shannon's UNC and Ocho podcast with Chad Johnson has seen a massive drop in sponsors over the last 48 hours. Brand deals are being paused. Advertisers are pulling out, waiting to see how the lawsuit unfolds. Even Shannon's beloved Club Shay Shay platform has lost 2 major investors this week. Still, a loyal base of followers is rallying behind him. Petitions demanding his reinstatement at ESPN are already gaining steam. Hashtags like #JusticeForShannon and #StandWithSharpe are picking up traction. But even if the public comes to his defense, the legal road ahead is long and dangerous. The woman behind the $20 million lawsuit has retained one of the most aggressive and successful civil attorneys in California, a legal shark known for high-profile wins against celebrities and billionaires. Her legal team has already begun leaking selective pieces of evidence to the press, including a screenshot of what appears to be an aggressive message from Shannon, though authenticity is yet to be confirmed. And if even part of what's in that lawsuit turns out to be true, Shannon could be facing not just financial ruin, but criminal charges. This could go far beyond career loss. This could be legacy demolition. Because make no mistake, Shannon Sharpe wasn't just another sports commentator. He was a cultural icon, a voice for athletes, a loud, confident, unapologetically black presence in a space often sanitized by corporate caution. He made sports debates feel like barbershop talk. He brought energy, fire, and a whole lot of soul to every stage he graced. Watching that fall apart in real time has been heartbreaking for many fans. But it also forces a reckoning.